In today's video, we are testing some hot new makeup launches. I wasn't expecting some of these launches to be so good, truly. I was a little bit skeptical, but there are some good products in today's video. There were a couple flops, but I do want to hear what you guys think about those because it might just be me. If you want to know what new makeup launches are actually good and which ones you could probably pass on, definitely keep on watching. Starting off so strong today, you guys. I've been waiting to try this foundation. This is the Rare Beauty foundation. I chose the shade 3. Their shade range is insane for this foundation. There was a lot of different pale tones for me to choose from, and I was kind of overwhelmed, so hopefully this one works for me. There's a little lock on the back of the foundation bottle, which is nice for traveling, so you can make sure your foundation isn't pumping all over your makeup bag. But I do really like this packaging. It feels, oh my gosh, it just came out so nicely, super easy to pump. This is the color we're working with. Looks pretty good. I'm going in with a spatula brush. This one unfortunately was limited edition, but I'm going to link a dupe down below for you guys. I got a little bit of a sunburn yesterday, so hopefully this foundation covers it. Immediately, this is applying super silky on the skin and the color looks great. Even just my kind of rough, quick application, it is not applying super streaky or heavy. It is very nice feeling on the skin. For me, when I use a foundation, I don't want any area to be applied too thick. So I find that when I go in with a spatula brush to apply my initial layer of foundation, just in a really nice thin, even layer, it gives me such a nice natural look to the foundation and it prevents it from getting kind of patchy and gummy and cakey. I'm gonna build up a little more product on my forehead because that is where I got my sunburn. It's also my nose, but I feel like we'll go in with concealer more in that area. This is my rough and dirty application of the foundation. Let's blend it in. I'm going to use this nice fluffy foundation brush from MPH to pat that into the skin. I usually like to tap my foundation in instead of like drag it and pull it around because that can cause pilling and lifting, and that is never cute. This is giving us a good amount of coverage, but it doesn't look cakey. Again, on my channel, I am not the biggest fan of foundation, especially not full coverage foundation. It's just not my kind of thing. So if I'm going for a foundation, there are a few things that I really look for. One of them being natural looking on the skin, and you can have more coverage and still have the foundation look natural on the skin, which I think is what's happening with this foundation, hopefully, but I typically look for something that looks quite natural on the skin. I don't want it to look too perfect or too heavy, if you know what I mean. I don't want to look like I'm wearing a mask. That's what I'm trying to say. I want it to blend in easily. I don't want to spend forever blending it in. I want it to wear nicely throughout the day. Okay, so this is the foundation blended in. I'm going to zoom you guys in nice and close so you can see what I'm seeing. This laid on my skin so beautifully. I'm genuinely kind of shocked and very impressed right now. It didn't cling to any of my dry patches. It gave me a pretty flawless finish, a pretty good color match. I feel like it is matching my neck really well, at least in person. Good coverage, doesn't look like I'm wearing a ton of makeup, blended out easily. The packaging is fantastic. I actually like that they put this foundation in a plastic bottle instead of glass because it's a lot lighter and easier to travel with. First impression of this new foundation is very good. I was not expecting to have this reaction. Obviously, we need to see how it wears throughout the day, and by the end of this makeup tutorial, we'll see how it cooperates with other products, but wow, was not expecting to have such a great experience with this foundation. But we are looking a little bit flat and a little bit pale, so it's time to add some dimension and warmth back into our face. I wanted to try this new bronzer by Morphe. This is their Cheek Thrills Bronze and Tone Duo in the shade Capri Cabana. I thought this looked like a really good shade for my fellow pale skin girls, so we're going to test it out on camera today. I'm going in with the cream side first, and I'm picking that up on my Refer dual-sided brush. This is my favorite brush for contour. Oh my goodness, it just melts everything into the skin and airbrushes it. I'm starting with the more dense side. I'm just kind of building up that color where I want it. So I actually apply this a little bit higher on my cheekbones to give myself a little bit of lift and dimension. And then I go in on my forehead where you would naturally get a sunburn. So I'm going on top of where my current sunburn is. I'm putting a little bit on my nose, a little bit on my jaw. And then once I'm done laying it all down, I do flip my brush over and I do kind of just go over everything with that fluffy side because I find this is what really airbrushes my contour and bronzer into the skin, making it super natural looking, kind of undetectable. This is one of my favorite brushes. I have multiple. I am absolutely obsessed with it. Okay, you guys, I hope the colors are translating well on camera because this bronzer is a beautiful shade, and honestly, it was very easy to build up, really easy to blend out. It's not too pigmented or like muddy, hard to blend, but it's not too sheer either, so you do get a nice amount of pigment, and honestly, the shade is perfect. It's not too warm, not too cool. It's that perfect kind of color, especially for fair skin. That's gonna give you a bit of warmth, a bit of dimension, but you're still gonna look natural. I'm loving the base so far, you guys. Hopefully everything keeps going well because we're 2 for 2 right now. When I saw this blush shade, it kind of reminded me of Sleepy Girl by Rhode, so I immediately wanted to try it. This is also by Morphe. This is their Cheek Thrills Multi-Finish Face Trio in the shade Honeymoon Sweet. And I just thought this was a really pretty, kind of cool-toned, mauve-y Sleepy Girl vibe blush. So I'm gonna start by going in with the cream shade right here. I actually think both of these shades are cream, but I'm just gonna start with the matte one. So upon initial application, the formula does not remind me of the Rhode, but the color does, and it's one of my favorite shades from Rhode is Sleepy Girl. So if you're looking for something more affordable, and you get a lot more formulas with this, you get a matte cream, a shimmery cream, and a powder. I think this is really good value. The color of this blush is really, really pretty in my opinion. This is a bit of like a mauve berry shade, really, really pretty. This formula is pretty easy to use. It's not too pigmented, but it's also not too sheer either. I kind of want to go in with a little bit of the shimmery shade on top. I'm feeling like taking a bit of a risk right now. I do really like the way it's looking, but I'm curious. I have to see. I'm gonna apply that shade a little higher on my cheek, almost like a highlighter shade. Maybe this actually is a highlighter shade instead of a glowy blush shade because it's really not giving me very much pigment, but the glow it's giving me is actually really nice because the glitters in the pan look like they might be a bit chunkier, but on the cheek, it looks quite nice. So it's just giving me a nice amount of glow, kind of more dewy vibes. A lot of highlighters like this don't work very well for pale skin because you can just kind of like see them, if that makes sense. It looks too obvious. It doesn't look like a glow coming from within when it's more of a tinted highlighter. But this is actually fair skin friendly, which I'm kind of surprised about as well, because I didn't know when I kind of looked at this initially how much use I would get out of that shade, but like that is pretty. I quite like that. What we're left with is a really beautiful flush of color with a bit of a glowy, dewy cheek. I am loving this base. We're going in with a bit of concealer, and I actually used this one in my last video where I did a spring makeup tutorial, and I, spoiler alert, really liked it, but I'm still kind of playing around because concealers take a long time for me to get a consensus on because I'm so picky about concealers. So I'm going in with the Ilia New Skin Blur Serum Concealer. I'm using the shade 2C, but I could probably have gone with the shade Paler. I'm applying a little bit of this under my eyes and in the centers of my face. What I love about this concealer is how natural it looks. The formula is kind of similar to like the Kosas or the Tower 28, but this one actually creases much less than those ones. I didn't even really feel like I had to set this concealer the last time I wore it, but I did, and I had very minimal creasing. And obviously creasing is normal, and I do crease with most concealers, but let me just tell you, I was shocked by how little this creased. And it looked good even at the end of the day. So this launch is one that really pleasantly surprised me. And if you want to use what brush I'm using this double-sided one by PatMcGrath. I will link the exact one down below. It's so good for concealer. You guys, I'm so excited about this base. It looks so good. I feel like low-key though, I think the foundation is really what is pushing this base over the edge, which is just crazy to me because usually I'm such a skin tint girl and I don't reach for this much coverage, but it looks so good on the skin. Like, I do want to add a little bit more warmth to the skin though, so I'm going in with these new bronzers by Too Faced. This is their Chocolate Soleil Matte Blurring Bronzer in the shade Milk Chocolate. And I'm picking that up on a Rephr 05 brush and I'm just swirling that all over the face just for a bit more warmth. These bronzers smell like chocolate. They smell so good. And they're very buttery and easy to blend. I think Too Faced does bronzing products really, really well, and these are no exception. This color is also really great. I think I'm actually going to use this for my eyes as well. I'm going to use this as my crease shade. I'm picking this up on my Rephr 15 brush and just fluffing that into the crease. This brush is so good at just airbrushing the eyeshadow. I love this one as a crease brush. I feel like it really gives me an airbrushed, seamless blend. Plus this bronzer makes it so easy. Like look how easily and just flawlessly that blends on the eye even. I really love to use my powder bronzer in my eyes as well for a nice monochromatic moment. I love a good shimmery shadow, but it has to be the right formula, if you know what I mean. I don't want anything like too heavy looking or even anything like too crazy metallic. I want something that catches the light, gives me a bit of twinkle, and just like catches attention, but in like kind of a subtle, understated way. I don't know, glitter shadows are like a huge, wide range variety. Today I'm trying this Lancôme Idole Goddess Dimension eyeshadow in the shade Celestial Spark. The packaging on this is so cool. You just slide this and it's open. I like that. I'm picking that up on my finger and just pressing that all over the lid. This is going to be my all over shadow for the day. Upon initial application, I think the shadow is very pretty, very up my alley. Not too much, but very like ethereal and twinkly. Sometimes glitter can kind of like age you a little bit and just kind of like drag everything down, but this is very fresh looking, which I like. I'd like to explore what other shades they have. I'm pretty sure this is a new thing from Lancôme, but I could be wrong. I hope the camera is doing this justice. I'm gonna zoom you in. Look how gorgeous that shade is. It's very wearable for every day, but it does really just elevate the eye look. If you like shimmery eyeshadows, I think you would really like this one. I think this is absolutely stunning. Before I do eyeliner, I'm really quickly just going to curl my lashes. This is the Shiseido eyelash curler. Best eyelash curler literally ever. You cannot tell me there's a better eyelash curler to exist because this is just such an OG. And look at the difference between curled lashes versus not. It is night and day. Also, you guys, I get a lot of questions about my colored contact lenses. Today I'm wearing like a really natural looking brown pair. I'm gonna link the exact shade down below. These look so natural in person and they're so comfortable. I just think colored contacts are so fun. Rare Beauty has always had eyeliners, but I don't think they had a brown shade. So I'm trying their new Perfect Strokes matte liquid liner in the shade brown. And as you may already know, liquid liners can either be really good or really bad. They can be really dry and crumbly, which is super annoying. They can dispense too much product. They can be hard to be really precise with. But this one today, I had such an easy time with it. I made zero mistakes. And in my filming setup, I don't even have a good area to like rest my arm. So sometimes I do struggle with liquid liner, but I did a nice baby wing with this. It was so easy to be very precise and keep the wing very tiny and controlled. The color is a nice deep brown. And I just thought this was really easy to use and gave me a really pretty winged liner. I'm very impressed. I think the key with a baby wing liner is to keep it on the outer corners of the eye. I like to do a little bit of a lift. I don't like to take it out too far because then it gives more of an obvious like heavy winged liner look. This is about the farthest I would go. I think this looks really pretty and flattering. Let's add some mascara. L'Oreal Paris just came out with this Extensionist Telescopic Mascara. This one has a little bit more of a curved brush. I've tried this once before, but sometimes mascaras just need some time to like dry out before it really settles into its true formula. I think my first initial thoughts are I like this mascara. I think it's really good. I just love the Telescopic original formula, so I feel like I would recommend that one over this one. I think this one gives a little bit more drama than the original Telescopic. The original Telescopic is more natural and fluttery. This one you can build up to get quite a bit of volume. I also decided to go with brown to match my liner, and I actually think this is a really pretty brown mascara. Okay, eyes are done. Let's move on to lips. I'm a little nervous to try this, I'm not gonna lie. This is the Huda Beauty Lip Contour Stain in their new shade Soft Nude. Super excited to try this shade, but these stains just kind of freak me out because they're not the most forgiving. I think the key with these is, well, a few things. Firstly, storing them upside down so the product can pool in the cap. Secondly, every couple seconds, just taking your finger and rubbing it along the edges to kind of soften everything. Today, I just overlined my lips with this, and then I also kind of filled in the corners. It's not really giving soft nude. I was expecting this to be a bit more brown. It's giving like soft mauve, which I'm not mad at. I actually prefer this shade over more of a brown, but I just thought it was kind of interesting. It's definitely a lot more like purple than nude. I'm just gonna go on top of the stain with a little bit of lip liner. This is new from Too Faced. This is their Chocolate Soleil Multi-Use Sculpting and Defining Pencil. This one's in the shade Milk Chocolate, and I love this shade. I just kind of want to adjust the color a little bit here. I want it to be a bit more pinky and a bit more nude. I also like to build a bit of dimension on top of lip liner stains personally. Okay, I know this looks weird, but just trust the process, okay? Now I'm going in with these new YSL lip blushers. This one is in the shade 44. This is my first time trying this color, but this formula is so interesting to me. It is so light and nourishing on the lips. It feels like a balm, but it's giving like a cloud matte lipstick. I think this soft cool tone pink shade is really pretty. I still feel like the lip stain underneath is kind of throwing me off. I don't know, I'm just not a lip stain girl. What do you guys think of this lip combo? It's a little like, to me it's kind of giving purple, which I don't know if I love. Maybe it's just the lip stain. I don't really know. I just got this in PR and I cannot wait to try it. I don't know if it's gonna go with the lip combo, but we're gonna try. This is the Rhode Peptide Lip Treatment in the shade Caramelized Banana. Oh, and I thought this was gonna be tinted, but it's not. It is clear. Let's try it right on top. This smells like a very artificial banana. I don't know if I personally like that, but these treatments are so nourishing. I'm definitely going to use this. It's not a bad scent at all. I honestly thought that was going to be tinted, so I do want to go on top of that with this new tinted gloss from Huda Beauty. These are their faux filler lip concealer glosses. This one's in the shade Light Sealer, and if you know me, you know I love a concealer lip. This smells really nice. This smells like vanilla, and the shade, ooh, is very pretty. Ooh, I love what it did to the top lip. Let's add some to the bottom. These are like very thick plush glosses, although they're not sticky. Okay, I actually feel like this brought the lip together. What do you guys think? Did you guys like it with the gloss or without the gloss? This is gonna be such a nice makeup product to add to any lip combo to make it a bit more milky and concealer-y. I love this kind of product. This is very much up my alley. This is probably my new favorite shade of this faux filler gloss. I just realized I forgot to powder under my eyes and there is no creasing in sight. Oh, that concealer is so good. But I do want to add a little bit of powder just to make my makeup last well throughout the day today. This is new-ish. I'm going in with this pressed Easy Bake powder by Huda Beauty. This is Cherry Blossom Cake. And I get a lot of questions on, do I like the pressed version or the loose version? I think if I had to pick between the two, I would pick the loose version, but I love this packaging. It's so sleek, and obviously the pressed formula for keeping in my purse for touch-ups. So I think both of them do have a place. They're both really good. This shade in particular gives a nice brightening effect. And I also feel like this just makes my skin look so blurred and just like I'm wearing a filter in real life. To finish off the skin, I'm going in with my Morphe Life Proof Continuous Setting Mist, and this is becoming one of my favorite setting mists. I think the way this sprays out is genius, and I do notice that my makeup lasts longer when I wear this. All right, you guys, this is the finished look. Today's testing makeup products went so well. There are so many good products in this video. I think my number one favorite of the day is the foundation. Oh my goodness, you guys, if you can get your hands on this foundation, I really suggest you try it. I'm gonna link it down below. I'm so impressed. The bronzer was really good. The lip sealer was really, really good. I'm gonna be using that lip gloss all the time. Also, the liquid liner, I'm a big fan. I think my least favorite of the day would have to be the Huda Beauty lip stain. I don't know, I know a lot of you really like these. Let me know down below if you like a lip stain. I just prefer a lip liner every time. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but I do also now think on second thought, the shade is like a bit purple. Too purple for me. I do think I would have preferred more of a nude shade. You guys, if you want to see me reviewing more new makeup launches, make sure to give this video a thumbs up so I know that you want to see more. And if you haven't subscribed already, hit the subscribe button. It only takes a couple seconds, and I have a ton of amazing content coming this year. If you didn't know this about me, I'm a professional makeup artist, and so I have a lot of educational content coming to teach you how to do your makeup. So you're not going to want to miss that. Make sure you're subscribed. And if you haven't seen my recent video where I go through 12 expensive products that are actually worth it, you're going to want to check it out. It's on the screen right now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.